Okay, over 1000 tokens per second for a platform that is not Groq is pretty amazing. When it comes to inference speed, Groq is pretty much the gold standard today. However, there is a new company called SambaNova, which is also creating dedicated hardware that can get you over 1000 tokens per second. And just like Groq, they have multiple open source models on their platform. But unlike Groq, they are also creating their own foundation models along with their own dedicated chips like Groq. Okay, so we're going to do a speed comparison between Groq and the SambaNova platform. Now, both of them provide Llama 3 8 billion model on their playground, and that's the one that we're going to be using today. Apart from Llama 3, the Samba platform also has other models like Mistral and their own models which are dedicated to different languages. So for example, there's the Samba Lingo Arabic, Bulgarian, Hungarian, Russian, and this goal seems to be to create these multilingual models. Now to do the speed comparison, we're going to be running the same prompt through both of these platforms. So first I'm going to start with Groq, and we're going to use this example prompt, what is generative AI? And we get a pretty quick response. This is about 1200 tokens per second. Now we're going to run the same prompt through SambaNova platform, and this is also pretty quick, but we are getting about 1000 tokens per second, which is insane if you compare it to other offerings. But still, Groq is faster for this specific prompt. Next, I'm going to choose an example prompt from here. So let's use this, draft an email following up with the customer after an introductory sale call. And we consistently get about 1000 tokens per second. What about Groq? So again, about 1100 tokens per second. And the responses are also pretty consistent across these both platforms, because here it gives me an email and then it says the email aims to thank the customer for their time and reiterate the main points of the call, provide additional information and resources that may be helpful. And even from Groq, it actually put this section at the end. The email aims to reiterate the value proposition and key benefits of your product, services, outline the next steps to move forward with the proposal, and so on. Okay, now in order to test the real inference speed, you actually want to test it on much longer text or context. That's when the speed of generation is going to slow down a bit. So for this, I'm going to be using this text, which is text from one of the letters written by Paul Graham, which talks about how to do great work. So we are going to take about 5 pages worth of text, because there is a limit on how much text both Groq and SambaNova lets you process on their playground. And my prompt is going to be summarize this text. So I'm going to just copy the text and let's see how long it takes for SambaNova to process it. Well, actually it was pretty fast. This is about 1000 tokens per second. So this is pretty good. Let's run the same thing through Groq as well. And let's see, we still get about 1200 tokens per second. This is pretty amazing. Now, in terms of the actual summary, so it starts off by saying we're looking at Groq first. The article discusses the commonalities among techniques for doing great work across various fields, right? And it says that there are different recipes. So it came up with 4 different recipes: choosing a field that aligns with your natural aptitude, deep interest and focus for great work, learning enough about the field to reach its frontiers, noticing gaps in knowledge and exploring promising areas, and boldly chasing outlier ideas even if others are not interested. Now here are again 4 points from SambaNova Llama 3. Choose a field that aligns with your aptitude and interest, learn enough about the field to reach its frontiers. So pretty much the same thing. Notice gaps and anomalies in the knowledge and explore promising ideas and pursue them. This is pretty interesting. The results seems pretty consistent across both Groq and SambaNova. Groq still is, I think, the gold standard when it comes to inference speed, but it's really great to see that there are other platforms which are generating text, I think, at the same speed, which are on par with Groq. Having options is always great. This is probably the second fastest speed that I have seen so far in all my experiments. Now, a couple of things. Groq actually provides a free API, at least up till now, and you can interact with not only Llama 3, but there are other models which are listed here. So it's limited to 4 models, and Groq also recently added the ability to use vision models. So I'm actually looking forward to that. That's going to be pretty interesting. On the other hand, SambaNova gives you this free playground that you can play around with the models, but I believe they don't have any API which you can use for free. They do have some open source models of their own that you can download on your local machine and start playing around with those. But their focus seems to be more on enterprises, so you'll have to sign up for a paid account in order to start using the API. Anyways, it's actually really great to have multiple options, and it's great to see that there are other companies which are pushing the frontiers of inference speed. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.